Hi y'all, I'm Anna, and today I'm going over my makeup inventory for 2020. As I've mentioned in previous videos, I have been on a no-buy for the past 6 months, and I plan to be on a no-buy for the next 6 months. And by no-buy I mean replacement only no-buy, because I can buy things when I run out of a category, such as concealers or mascaras, which I use up fairly quickly. Now, the purpose of keeping an inventory, at least for me, is so that I don't accumulate too much and to keep track of how much I have so I don't go overboard, as well as I want to achieve certain goals of how many items I want in a certain category for the future or just for by the end of the year. So how this is going to work is I'm going to tell you how many I have now, and then I'm going to tell you how many or the max number I want by the end of the year. So starting out with primers. Right now I have 4 primers, and my goal for the end of the year would be 2, because as you can see I have 2 of the same matte primer and 2 similar kind of glowy primers, and I want to be able to at least get 2 of those out because I have duplicates because I live at 2 houses right now. But I won't by the end of the year. I will only live in 1 place, so I don't need 4. The next category is concealer. Right now I have 4, and it's a similar situation where I have 2 at one house, 2 at the other. I want to have at least 2 by the end of the year, because at each house I have 1 that's too dark and 1 that's too light, so I mix them together. And that's really excessive. I would just love to have like max 1 that works as like a lighter one and 1 that's for more fancy days. But it would be nice to just have 1 concealer. Next category is powder. Right now I have 2. I'm filming this early, but I have a powder that will be done in the next 2 days, because I'm filming this 2 days before the new year, because there's so little left. If it's not done, I'm calling it done. So I'm not going into the new year with that stupid powder I've had for ages and never dies. Sorry, I got really... Anyways, I will have 2 by the beginning of 2020, and my goal is just 2 because there's no way I'll be able to finish the one that I don't really like. Next category is bronzer. I have 3 powder bronzers, although one's technically like freaking eyeshadow I made to work as bronzer. We'll ignore that. And also 1 cream bronzer, or at least a lipstick I'm using as cream bronzer. And my goal for the end of the year is 3. Next category is blush. I have 5 right now, 2 powders, 3 creams, and I don't think it'll change, so my goal is 5. I don't want to buy any more, just because they take forever to use up, and I'm pretty content with what I have. I don't desire for a color that I don't have already, and I mean, I kind of do, but you know what, I try to be content with what I have. So the next category is highlighter, and I only have 1, and it's a liquid one. And my goal for the end of the year would be between 1 and 3, because I would be fine with purchasing 1 or 2 after my no-buy, just because I don't have any powder ones, and it would be kind of nice to have a powder one. Next category is setting spray. I have 1. My goal is to have 1. I don't know, I might not repurchase setting spray. I feel like I like it, but I'm not sure how necessary it is to my makeup routine. I'm trying to figure that out before I finish mine. But yeah, my goal is to have 1 or none, who knows. Next category is eye primer. I have 1. My goal is 1. And I probably won't finish it because I use a tiny bit, so. The next category is eyeshadow palettes, and what I mean by eyeshadow palettes is anything that is 5 pans and up. I don't know, I don't have any 5-pan palettes, so 5 or 6 pans and up. I have 5 of those. On the screen you'll see I have 6, but one of them is that e.l.f. palette, which is filled with a bunch of things I just combined other shadows in, so none of those are the original shadows. It's just an empty palette. I kind of like it. It's not its own thing, so I don't count it as a palette. I mean, technically that magnetic palette is actually a combination of 2 palettes, but it's now 1 palette, so yeah, it's kind of weird. I wasn't sure what to do, so yeah. My goal is to have between 5 and 8. I don't want to have more than that, because I know I have I received that big e.l.f. palette for Christmas, which makes me really happy. There are 2 palettes that I have my eye on for like after my no-buy, or maybe as like a birthday gift to put on my list. I do like, so I'm not closed off to getting 1 or 2 or possibly 3 new palettes this year. I don't know why I said 5 to 8. Technically it should be 5 to 7, but I like round numbers. The next category is eyeshadow quads. I have 2. My goal is 2 because I don't think I'd be able to finish any of them. I do want to work on them this year, but I don't think I'll be able to finish one completely. Next category is eyeshadow singles. I have 3. My goal is 2 because I have a liquid one that if I don't finish it by the end of the year, or if I do, either way, I'll probably throw it out because liquid products don't last as long and putting it on my eyes, I don't want to keep it for that much longer because I've had it. I bought it in the beginning of 2019. My next category is mascara. Right now I have 2 because I have 1 at each house. My goal is to just have 1. Next category is tinted lip balm. Right now I have 3. However, 2 of them are like, I kind of made them out of lipstick and lip balm. But my goal is just to have between 2 and 5 because I would like to have try a few more because there's something I use often, I can use really easily. So I'm open to buying some more after my no-buy. Next category is lip liner. I have 1. My goal is to have between 1 and 3. I want to finish that lip liner, but if I buy a few to try out a few colors, I won't be mad. Okay, so next up is lipstick, which I currently have 4, and my goal is to have between 4 and 5 because I do not think I'll be able to finish any of the lipsticks I have currently. Scratch that, I know I won't be able to unless if I exclusively use 1 for the entire year, which I will not do. Next category is lip gloss, which I currently have 5, and my goal is to have 4 because I want to finish up 1, which is my oldest one. And the last category is brow powder, in which I have 2 currently. Well, one's actually brow powder and the other one's an eyeshadow I use for my brows, but either way. And my goal is to have 1 because 1 has significant pan, so I kind of want to just use it up so I don't have 2. So the total of all my products currently is 49, and my goal totals up to between 39 and 47, which kind of a big gap, but that's because some I want to shrink and some I'm fine with growing. So yeah, I didn't realize how small my collection was until I just did that, because I feel like at the beginning of 2019 it was at like 60 something. I don't know how that happened. Okay, well, that's cool. So, quick add-on that I forgot to mention earlier is that I am striving to be 100% cruelty-free in my makeup and beauty inventory, and I kept track of how many cruelty-free items I have, and right now I have 32 out of 49 cruelty-free items, so that means 17 out of 49 aren't cruelty-free, meaning I have a 34.69% or just 35% non-cruelty-free status in my makeup inventory currently. And my goal is to drop it at least 10%, so 25% non-cruelty-free by the end of the year. I plan on updating this every 6 months probably, unless if you guys tell me otherwise that you want it once a year or quarterly. There probably wouldn't be anything interesting quarterly, but yeah. Let me know. That is the video. Bye!